How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to the Eden of Grisaia. So in the last episode, Meikyuu did her part for preparation in tonight's operation, meaning that she met up with her contact and got the materials that she was supposed to pick up. And we also saw a couple familiar faces, one of them being Millie in a lovely environment, and we also saw Eddie. Millie was doing, almost was doing some sexual acts. She was getting there, but it was also she could actually steal a helicopter, a military helicopter. Apparently, she will be participating in tonight's operation, which is pretty dang cool. So, Eddie helped her steal the helicopter, and then she flew off. Apparently, she's going to try and get over to Tokyo. I think that's the goal. Also, my allergies were really bad in the last episode, so I apologize for all the sniffling and mistakes I was making in the last episode. Now I know better. You'd think I'd know better after years of recording, but I'm still an idiot. Alright, we are here with Yuuji, and I think we're like 2 or so hours or something like that. We're really close to the operation start time. So, how many hours had passed since the last time they sedated him? The lights in the ceiling were glaring down brightly, as if to prevent any possibility of sleep. Closing his eyelids wasn't enough to shut out the light. The stimulation was incredibly irritating. Come to think of it, he'd experienced very similar conditions in Oslo's facilities when he was a child. He already knew what he had to do, but at the moment, all he felt was an overwhelming sense of lethargy. His own life was on the line, but he didn't have the willpower to stand. To move his body, he needed to supply it with oxygen, but even the simple act of breathing seemed exceptionally tiresome right now. To put it plainly, being alive felt like a hassle. After sinking deep enough into his inui, or fucking, he began to experience mild phantom pains. An intense itch that seemed to be coming from inside his body gave way to a fierce, persistent aching. That sounds terrible. The only thing that could erase this pain was another dosage of the drugs. He'd experienced this sort of thing before, but that didn't make the continual agony any less excruciating. Understandably enough, this left him in a rather foul mood, so when a harsh buzzing sound from the ceiling announced the arrival of a visitor, it seemed even more irritating than usual. It's Adam.
9029 移送の時間だ
Oh shit! Transfer? Where are you taking me?
説明はしたはずだ貴様はこれから赤坂へ送られ裁判にかけられる
You're just gonna tell me what you've already decided? Isn't that what a court-martial is in America?
司法取引の機会は用意されている国内裁判と同等の権利だありがたくて涙が出てくるじゃないか腕を出せ
What, more drugs? My arm's starting to look like a pincushion. There have been a lot of mistakes in this one, guys. I know, like, the Labyrinth of Grisaia was quite flawless, and I was kind of told that, but this one has had a lot of mistakes, alright?
右腕がダメなら左腕左腕もダメなら足の親指に打ってやろう好きな場所を選べ
Ah, shit, not my big toe. His body groaning with pain, Yuuji pushed himself up off the bed, rolled back his right sleeve, and held out his arm to Adam.
余計なことは考えないことだ
Turning around, Adam jerked his chin in Yuji's direction and said, "Let's go." 4 men appeared from the hallway behind him. Well, I guess if we tried doing anything funny or whatever, like an escape, I don't think it's happening. There's 4 other people here. 2 of them held Yuuji down as the third, holding a syringe, began to disinfect his arm with alcohol. The 4th simply stood directly in front of him, holding a stun gun in his hands.
移送時に対象を取り逃がすなんて三流のボンミスはごめん被りたいからな事実このチャンスを好きあらばと狙っていたんだろう
If you'd brought your 4 friends in with you from the start, I wouldn't have had to waste time thinking about it. You're one nasty piece of work, you know that?
私の本業は嫌がらせだそれは褒め言葉として受け取っておこう
Adam must really love his job. Hey, what the hell, that hurts. Why 3 needles at once?
今回の薬は特別製だ薬慣れした貴様でも2分もあれば眠くなる 無駄に逆らわずに眠ってしまえ。赤坂に着いたら起こしてやる。
Mind letting me go to the bathroom first? I think I might throw up.
便器はそこにあるがダメだ。吐きたくなったら好きなだけ吐け。私は気にせん。ついでに言うなら歩く必要もない。手足を拘束して動けなくなった貴様をこちらの方たちが運び出してくれる。至れり尽くせりとはこのことだな。
Well,
おとなしく荷物に徹しろ。
I guess that's all we really can do. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bye-bye. Alright. Whoa. Ho, 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 ho. What is going on here? This isn't a video scene. No?
風見雄二を乗せた護送車が出走を開始。A 門を出たわ。
Oh
護送ル
man.
ートは A。
It's operation time. It's right now. Oh my god, dude. I'm getting nervous.
ターゲットが計測点を通過。ターゲット移動中。護送ルート A、こちらでも確認。式定より各実像に達する。プラン A で作戦行動を開始する。繰り返す。プラン A で作戦行動を開始する。各自協力して挑め。
教習班クソメイドより式定ボッチへ。作戦行動開始を確認。限界態勢にて指示待機に入ります。
I see they're rolling with the names they decided on.
狙撃班福田抜きより式定鬼ぼっちへ。こちらも確認。これより2分以内で巣作りを終える。指示を待つ。
式定ボッチ了解。障害の発生が予測された場合は速やかに報告を。以降別名あるまで生態。
クソメイド了解。
福田抜き了解。
というか宋さんと松島さんは？
車両の移動体信号は出ているし、通信障害も発生していないわ。
移動車両班ビッチ、陽動回収班 UT 応答しなさい。
はいはい。こちら移動車両班ビッチ。ごめんね、ちょっと遅れてる
何かトラブルは？
の。
Yeah. I guess I get that one.
なんの声？
ごめんね、UT が車酔いでゲポし始めちゃって。急いでるけどスピード上げるとゲポ度も上がるから。ほら UT 新しいゲポ袋。
That's hella gross.
どんだけ吐くのよ。
Yeah, come on, there's gotta be a limit before she, like, dies.
ダメだ、何曲げ、レバレだ、もう
What a lovely noise.
大丈夫なの？
まあ、なんとか間に合わせるよ。大丈夫。プラン通りのタイムスケジュールで進めて。
了解。現状にてプランの変更なし。各実動プラン A、チャート表の通りに行動せよ。
クソメイド了解。
福田抜き了解なのよ。
With this transmission at an end, Sachi returned her Thanatos phone to her pocket with the line still active, and then proceeded to put on a wired headset. Standing there patiently on the corner of the city street, she looked very much like a girl who'd been hired to lure customers into certain restaurants, or even a sex worker of some sort. In most places, it wasn't exactly common to see a maid standing idly on the sidewalk, and although Sachi possessed the composure to make her presence seem almost natural, some people always jumped to unsavory conclusions. It was nothing new. On several previous occasions, someone meeting her for the first time had asked if there was some kind of event going on. However, she wasn't accustomed to being approached quite so bluntly at this, so it was perhaps understandable that she initially found herself somewhat nonplussed.
お嬢さん、いくら？
Oh no, not old guy.
はい？
In the face of this exceptionally abrupt and impolite inquiry, Sachi tilted her head 15 degrees to the side in confusion. Is he inquiring as to the current status of our national reserves of all natural sweeteners? One can only speculate as to how exactly Sachi's mind had managed to reinterpret the man's question, but it seemed But it seems she decided he had an interest in the amount of actual honey located within Japan. Of course, a great deal of that honey would be locked up in beehives at any given moment. Had this individual mistaken her for a bee? Was he suffering from a hallucinatory illness, of some kind? It did seem that he'd been indulging in alcohol recently, but he was still relatively steady on his feet. Surely mild tipsiness couldn't have caused such alarming delusions. This was all rather confusing. Someone had once told her that the best possible reply to an incomprehensible question was to smile vaguely. Had it been Kazumi Yuuji, perhaps? For lack of a better thought, Sachi smiled pleasantly at the man, and then resumed her efforts to decipher the words he'd spoken to her. Putting aside the honey, to ask how much was surely an attempt to inquire about a quantity of some sort. It would be helpful to know the units involved at least.
いくらとは単位は何でしょうか。
Is this shit seriously happening right now?
単位だ？ああ、円だ円。3万円ぐらいか？今日は競馬で取ったからな。5万までなら考えてもいいぞ。
3万円。
It appeared this man had been inquiring as to her own price. But of course, our value is determined by the perceptions of others, not by ourselves. To decide her own worth in financial terms would be an act of arrogance ill-befitting a mere maid. However, she couldn't simply assent to any arbitrary number. Any coherent financial negotiation required someone to set a baseline figure of some kind. At this point, Sachi recalled the assessment that a certain Thanatos phone application had made of her face.
57万円ですね。
Oh my god.
はあ、それは盛りすぎだぜ、お嬢ちゃんよ。
正当かつ適正な評価額です。私の友人に50円の女の子がいますが、そちらにされますか？
Ouch.
それはそれで安すぎ。気持ち悪い。
なるほど。みちる様は気持ちが悪いと。
何メモしてんだよ。何のメモだよ。そういうあんたも相当気持ち悪いよ。もういい。なんか酔いが覚めた。今日はもう帰る。
And that, boys and girls, is how you get sober.
なるほど。私も美浜を一歩出れば気持ちが悪いと。
Oh, don't worry, you're not the only one out of the 5.
気にすることないわ。
聞いていらしたんですか？
バカな男。小峰幸が57万円なんて激安だわ。10人買っても自動車1台分よ。私なら100人買うわ。
あいにくと私は一人しかいません。
Unfortunately.
増やすことは技術的に不可能ではないわ。そしてあなたたちはそういう馬鹿げたことを本気で実用化しようとしている連中を相手にしているのよ。
Yeah, I was gonna say the cloning deal. A good sniper might misplace their ballistic calculator every once in a while, but they never forget their portable game console. After all, a good 60% of their job consists of sitting around and waiting. A perfect job for the Nintendo Switch, just to sit around and wait. Gotta do the grind on Zelda. Another 30% involves preliminary setup and preparations. By comparison, you don't spend much time at all actually lining up your shots and pulling the trigger. Or so Kazumi Yuuji had always taught her. Irisu Makina openly admitted that she was a rather childish young woman. What gave that away? When given nothing to do, she'd often nod off without even realizing it. In short, she wasn't particularly suited to this line of work. Already stifling a yawn, Makina stuffed the last of her sushi into her mouth. While chewing steadily away, she proceeded to cut at her hotel room's window, the first obstacle in the path of her bullet's intended trajectory. What a lovely noise this is! This involved pressing a diamond edge tool called a circle cutter against the window at the height of the table she'd be using as a platform, then rotating it slowly to grind a shallow groove in the heavy-duty glass. Just like you see in all those like movies and stuff when they're trying to do like the circle cutting deal. Once that was done, she took out a vacuum cup that looked something like the sucker of an octopus and pressed it to the center of her circle. When she lifted up its handle, the silicone pad adhered tightly to the glass.
吸盤のハンドルをまっすぐに引っ張ってやれば
She had to pull back so forcefully that it felt like the entire window pane might fall in on her. But eventually there was a sharp pop, followed by the sound of wind rushing violently through the small hole she'd made. This came as something of a relief. She disabled the sensor that detected any damage to the window beforehand, but if she'd messed up the cut, shards of glass might have gone tumbling down toward the street below. And at that point it would have been a mission failure, I'm pretty sure. Lying down on the table next to her rifle, Meikyuu peered through her scope at the plastic rope she tied up earlier, then grabbed her Thanatos phone, launched an app, and connected to her wind gauges via satellite. Once the phone was receiving data, she plugged it into her laptop PC with a USB cable, launching... I think someone actually told me how to pronounce this. Shimohaihai-chan, version 6.04, her digital spotter program. Again, if I didn't pronounce that right, I'm sorry. She set it up to process the measurements from her gauges. Of course, once she was in firing position, she wouldn't have the time to glance over at the screen. Opening the Options tab in the program's menu, she clicked the voice checkbox under its main settings.
Are you ready?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's alright.
Ah, some English.
Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, this is all English. With this cheerful reply, Shimohaihai-chan promptly initialized the internal lens damper of Makyuu's scope. A moment later, she began to automatically adjust the rifle's sights based on the satellite data, taking current atmospheric conditions and Makyuu's experience level into account. As the lens quivered and shook with each subtle hydraulic adjustment, Meikyuu herself ripped open one of her small nitrogen-sealed packages and carefully retrieved the custom-made bullet inside it. It was best to minimize the time the bullet spent exposed to the air. Quickly pulling back the bolt on the rifle, Meikyuu slid the round into its chamber, making sure not to scratch its fragile coating. Once she turned the rotating bar on the upper right of the grip from S to F and deactivated the safety, it was time for the final manual adjustments of her optical sights.
っていうか服だ抜きだってばさ。
もうそういうお遊びはいいから作戦に集中しなさい。対象を乗せた護送車がルート A のポイント13に近づいているわ。狙撃の準備は整ってる？
そりゃ準備はできてるけど、ちょっと予定より早くない？
Peering through her scope, Meikyuu immediately spotted the group of vehicles in question. They were approaching rapidly.
目視で確認っていうか想定しているよりも速い速度で移動している。何？どういうこと？
公的機関の車両とはいえ道交法上では一般車両だし、警察機関との揉め事を嫌って法定速度を超過するような運転はしないはずなのに、何が起きてるのかそちらで確認できない？
ちょっと待つのよ。
Grabbing her spotting scope, which offered a slightly wider viewing angle, Meikyuu pointed it toward the convoy, and soon discovered the reason for their haste.
うわ、何あれ？護送車両を後ろから追っかけ回してる車がいるのよ。
どういうこと？遅れてごめん。もう少しで追いつくから。
あの車、アマネーが乗ってんの？何やってんのよさ、アマネー。だからごめんって。みちるが吐き疲れて寝ちゃったから今ペース上げて急いでそっち向かってるし。違うって、ダメだって。そんな車で護送車を言い回したら作戦が全部パーになっちゃうのよさ。
どうなっているの？現状を報告して。
アマネーの乗った車が護送車を後ろから追いかけ回してる。
スローさん？私の前に車なんていないよ。
いうかまだそっちからは見えないはずなんだけど。
So that's another car.
じゃああの車って。
As Machina watched through her scope, the mysterious HMV pulled up alongside the convoy. One of its windows lowered, and the barrel of a rifle emerged from within. Something weird was happening here. The very instant after this thought crossed her mind, fire burst from the rifle's barrel, and sparks danced across the side of the convoy's lead vehicle.
何が起きたの？報告して。
アマネーの車が護送車の戦闘車両を襲撃、銃弾を浴びせてるのよさ。
Okay, that's definitely not Amane's car.
だからそれ私じゃないよ。だって私まだ当該車両に追いついてないよ。じゃああれは一体。
不確定ケース C、 第三勢力の武力介入を確認。プラン B に移行を提案します。
プラン B？ 襲撃地点の変更今から？
何なの？どうなってんの？
想定していたとはいえ、起こってほしくないトラブルほどよく起こるのよね。とにかく作戦指令書の A を破棄、プラン B に移行します。
Ah.
護送指揮車横転大破、走行不能、後続の護送車も停車。むちゃくちゃなのよさ。
停車した場所は
外堀通りプレジデンシャルタワーの前あたり。
その位置を狙撃できない？
想定外の位置なのよ。射距離も1500を超えちゃう。編成はできるけど当てらんないのよさ。
小峰さん聞こえてる？
Yes, your voice, loud and clear.
Ah, some more English.
そこから走って現場へ向かえる？
可能です。現在新国際ビル西館前です。山王下の交差点を経由すれば600メートル。2分もあれば到達できます。待ちなさい。護送車を襲ったのはおそらくヒース・オスロの派遣した強襲強奪部隊よ。小峰幸を一人で先に行かせてもどうにもならないわ。
Yeah, I'd probably just get her killed.
でも急がないとユージが。私もすぐに行くから。襲撃車両は全部で3台。武装した強襲要員が車両から降車。3回武装車両を包囲。123。武装強襲要員は8名。全員自動小銃を持ってるのよ。どうする？一か八か撃っちゃう？新しくガラスに穴開けなきゃいけないから撃つなら早く言って。ユミちゃん聞こえてるの？
待って、いや待ちなさい。今はまだ待機よ。
待機ってこのままじゃお兄ちゃんが。
大丈夫、殺されはしないわ。
でもこのままでは風見さんの身柄を奪われてしまいます。
Now, what they could do is they could allow him to get him, and then proceed with the plan. Maybe?
奪わせます。
Yeah.
どういうこと？
私たちの想定していた襲撃地点の600メートルも手前でインターセプトされたのよ。想定外の狙撃距離、強襲要員も走って現場まで行かなければいけない。吉村、風見くんを奪還したとしても逃走用の車両すら現着していない。こうなったらあえて風見くんを奪わせてゴール前まで運んでもらうしかないわ。
そうね。危ういながらもそれが一番現実的ね。
Let's do it.
問題は風見くんを強奪した連中がどの方向に逃走するかだけど。
強襲軍マルタイを確保。お兄ちゃんが護送車から引きずり出されてそのまま強襲軍の車両に移乗。強襲車両移動開始。進行方向はため池山王方面。
おそらく鎖骨方面には向かわずにそのまま外堀通りを虎ノ門方面に抜けるつもりね。
まずいわね。そのまままっすぐ行かれてしまえば手の出しようがないわ。イリスさん、そこから山王下交差点は狙える？
狙えるのよ。射距離が200伸びるけどほぼ直線。修正可能範囲。
なんとしてもそこで強襲車両軍を止めて。
わかった、やってみる。1分待って。
30秒で。
わかった。
Damn, dude.
そういうわけで襲撃地点を山王下交差点に変更。現場まで走って。
もう移動中です。あと1分もあれば着きます。
現場付近まで来たら慌てて飛び出さないように待機。 指示を待って。
クソメイド了解です。
あとはスオさん、今どの辺？
青山通り外苑前。急いでるけど道が混んでる。
タナトスさん、信号のコントロールができる？
可能だけれど、道が混んでいれば大幅な時間短縮にはならないわ。
横道に入って乃木坂の方に向かった方が早いかも。
5分以内でお願い。イリスさん、準備できた？イリスさん。
今やってんのよ。シュコンニャロ。
何をしているの？
だからケーブルの向き直してんだってばさ。気軽にポンポン射撃方向変えやがって。なめんな、現場なめんな。
あとどれぐらいかかる？
下平平ちゃん。あと10秒。
急いで。
やあ
Damn, dude.
風見くん、はじめましてだよね。本日はオスロ無線にご乗車いただきありがとう。
Hello, Travis. I don't remember calling you, actually.
驚いたな。これだけ薬漬けにしてまだ口が聞けるのか。タフだね、君も。やっぱりあれかい。薬もガキの頃から打ち続けると耐性がつくんだね。別に羨ましいとは思わないけどさ。
No, I wouldn't say I'm envious either. You sure like to chatter. Let me guess. Are you Italian?
イタリアの男が全員おしゃべりってわけじゃないさ。中には無口なやつもいる。
Yeah. I used to know an Italian who barely ever said a word, even when you spoke to
いっ
him.
つもむっつりしてて何を考えているかわからない。それを口にすれば決まって言うのがわかれよだろ。それ俺の兄貴だ。
You're Jason's brother? I don't see much of a resemblance.
兄貴は親父に、俺はおふくろにだ。正直親父のハゲが兄貴の方に遺伝してくれて俺はホッとしている。
Cut it out. Just thinking about that greasy dome is making me nauseous.
なんだ君も近接格闘術の訓練で兄貴にいじめられた口か。兄貴が死んでからというものを兄貴に恨みを持ってる連中に睨まれてるんだ。これ以上は勘弁してほしいね。
Did you kidnap me just so you could prattle on about this stupid crap?
まさか。君に話があるのはオスロさんだ。俺はただの使いっ走り。薬でベロベロになった君をオスロさんのところへ届けるのが仕事だ。まあこの状況で逃げようだなんて思ってもいないだろうが、保険はかけさせてもらった。右腕を見てごらん。
This is one hideous bracelet.
まあね、俺もそう思う。けどそれも仕方がないさ。それを作ったのはアクセサリー職人じゃない。うちの技術屋だからね。多少。
Ah, fuck, god damn it. You've got this thing on way too tight. Mind loosening it up a little?
それは無理。手首に密着することで君の脈拍と体温を監視している。緩めると爆発しちまう。
Ah, lovely. What? It's a bomb?
そのブレスレットの中には 1000mg のハフリウムが仕込まれている。技術屋の話や半径 1500m は軽く吹っ飛ぶ威力だそうだし、数十年は放射能汚染が続くそうだ。
Lovely.
外側に時計みたいなパネルがついているだろ。それがその爆弾のタイマーだ。すでにカウントダウンは始まっていて、約6時間後には爆発する。
So basically, if Yuji's recaptured, he's still technically fucked in the
下
ass.
手に分解しようとすれば爆発するし、最悪の手段として手首ごと切り落としたとしても、脈拍と体温がモニターできなくなった瞬間に爆発する。そいつを外すには鍵を使うしかない。当然その鍵はオスロさんが持っている。オスロさんに会わなければ外せない。
Man, science really has come too far.
つまり万が一君が逃げ出したとしても、結局はオスロさんのところに行くしかないってわけだ。
I see. Pretty damn thorough of
心
you.
配しなくても3時間後にはオスロさんに会える。ブレスレットは彼に直接外してもらうといい。
Yeah, but I mean, either way, we're still imprisoned. Huh. I'd looked the bracelet over from multiple angles while listening to that explanation, and there was in fact a small slot that seemed to be a keyhole. It was a dimple-type electronic lock, not a simple cylinder like those you'd find in the doors of a normal home. pushing a pair of tweezers in there would probably set off the bomb instantly. Chopping off my hand wouldn't do much good if the thing blew up as soon as it lost my vital signs. And even if I managed to remove it, I couldn't toss it on the side of the road somewhere with that countdown still running. And if Oslo had the only key, at the end of the day, I didn't have much choice but to go see him. And then again, I've been planning to find him anyway. There wasn't much point in complaining if he decided to give me a ride, was there? Yep. We definitely got a timer. Alright, I hate to do this, but that is the end of the episode. I'm sorry guys, but I really can't cram all of the operation into one episode. It's not happening. So we're still on open fire, 61% done with this route. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.